Mark, the bounce the ball spot for the footy that's played on this ground. So you can see that is the centre. We're off the centre just a little bit here, and today this match will be played on one of the drop-in, well, the only drop-in pitch here. It's a permanent drop-in. This one stays here. It was put in a little while back, but I've got to tell you, it is as hard as a rock. Have a look at the surface. Just have a close-up there. Just look at this. This is incredible. Lovely even spread of grass, a few little cracks down the edge, but no chance at all of getting that key through the surface. It's as hard as a rock. There'll be a little bit of carry there. Speaking to Kevin Mitchell Jr. here, he reckons this is almost exactly the same as the sort of pitch you could expect to see during the summertime. So congratulations to the ground staff here at the Gap.
Yes, looks an absolute cracker. I wonder what the skippers think. Here they are with Ian Chappell for the toss.
Clive, you happy?
Yes, I'm happy.
Rightio. Where do we go?
Good luck, mate. Good luck. Tails. It is tails.
We're back, mate. You're back.
Good luck, yeah. Looks pretty good, the pitch.
Yeah, it looks pretty firm and nice and dry, so hopefully lots of runs in it.
Not too worried about suggestions there might be some dew later on in the evening?
Yeah, but we like to bowl without a dew, actually. We rather depends on a dry ball.
Yeah.
So we're happy with this, and I think it should be a good toss to win.
Yeah. And your injury, what was that the other night? You recovered?
Yeah, I have recovered. Had a little hamstrings, just had a little cramps, and it's fine at the moment.
And Inzamam, he's 100% fit as well?
Yeah, he's fine. We had a long nap yesterday, and he was playing magnificent.
Yeah. Good comeback in the second game after losing the first one?
Yes, we really needed it, and we have come back well, and very pleased with it.
I don't think it really matters what we did today, bat or bowl first. Whatever you do, you have to do it well.
Yeah. Actually, might turn out to be a bit of a blessing. They say there might be some dew around later on. It might be tough for the bowlers in the evening.
It could be, yeah. I was actually going to bowl first today anyway. I just thought there might have been a little bit of life in the wicket, and with the rain and that coming later on, might play into our hands as well. So, all in all, looks like a good wicket, and we're looking forward to the game.
Yeah. Selectors feel that this is the strongest side, obviously?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. This is obviously the same side that we played in the first game, and we think it's our strongest side at the moment.
All right, good luck in this one then.
Thanks, mate.
All right. Waqar Younis has won the toss, and Pakistan will be batting first.
Oh, he plays and he misses a bit of outswing. Wide delivery.
Yes, that's a very tentative shot first up. What a bowler McGrath is. Look at him, straight on length and line. First delivery. 1 out of 1 beats the batsman. And it's for that reason that he's got 3 slips in there. 156 matches and, an average of 23. And he's conceding at 35 runs per 100 balls. Correction, that's his strike rate. Runs per over nearly 4.
So Edgemy's off the mark.
Yes, it's interesting just to dwell on that for a second. They're apparently in this Australian team now is, this view that you've really got to keep the runs per over, the runs conceded, to under 4 runs and over. Now, there is a surprise. There'll be a lot of you wondering why that man's not playing. Brett Lee sitting up there, not in the best 12. We're informed that the best 12 are playing in this match. Brett Lee is not playing. He didn't play in the first match. You've heard that Ponting and Buchanan and co have been talking to him about trying to be a little bit more economical. They've gone for Bickle today instead. Bickle having played all 3 matches in this tournament.
And Watt cuts in the air but safely. Single down to third man. So he's off the mark. Nicely played. This time it's square. Outfield not quick. Goes all the way, or does it? This will be an interesting one. Makes a late dive.
It looked as if it rolled into something. Perhaps it was his arm before it hit the rope. Gillespie seems pretty confident. He's trotting away. That's fine. Unless he touches it now. No, he doesn't. That's fine. Very well done. Just a little bit of inconsistent bounce out there. I reckon that's why they're having their problems. It looks a very hard pitch, but Perhaps early on we're going to see a bit of that. Notice that last shot stayed down to steer it away.
It's handy. That's through the gap. Once again, it's Bickle, Fieldsman. Good over for Pakistan. 6 runs conceded, none for 10. It's fine. Lehman, the fieldsman, doesn't get it. That's the first boundary as Ian Chappell and Healy take up the commentary.
Just going to clear mid-on. Quite out of the middle of the bat.
That's the longest boundary on the field, almost the longest. Is probably square of the wickets, just a touch longer, but short of a length. Gillespie to the right-hander, just a little too short. The flip pull shot was a good one by Nazir. Thought it was going to go for 4 and then struggled through for 3 in the end. Good shot.
That's one of his great strengths, Saeed Anwar, the onside.
You only have to get on middle stump and he'll play this shot. In the past, there's been a man placed at backward square catching for this shot, and that's middle and leg, worked fine. The fine leg had gone to the left of screen to cover for the one that hit the middle of the bat, but just the inside edge was enough to power it for 4 on that short boundary. Andy Bickle must be off stump, no straighter, off stump and outside.
That's more like it from Saeed Anwar. The timing really in that shot that you come to know this man for.
Just a wristy back foot cover drive. Back foot's much more effective playing through there than he is on the front foot. McGrath just dropped it in a little bit short, but he pounced. There's a gap left there for the shot, but the shot is supposed to be off the front foot.
Under 3 runs per over, that'll boost it a little bit. On that occasion, Imran Nazir doesn't run, and he doesn't have to.
It's a brilliant shot, a little bit wide, Andy Bickle, and he pounces on it. Been critical of him not doing this to every delivery he gets, and now they seem to have the pressure on Bickle like they haven't for Gillespie and McGrath. Now Andy Bickle has to respond, and that man has to keep doing it. It's now turned into a solid start, none for 41.
That's a good shot, little flick of the wrist. A couple of boundaries to start this over. That's exactly what Pakistan need now to get a bit of a move on. Good solid base.
It's his third 4, half volley on leg stump, and gets it in the middle. Minimum of effort and no trouble reaching the rope.
Fine leg is up. Might sound like a strange comment to say that he just reacts to every ball, because people tell you that you just got to play every ball on its merits, but you do need to have a bit of a game plan in mind, and I never feel with Imran that he does have a bit of a game plan. Right, caught by Torfel.
Well, it's dangerous. Lucky Shane Watson got that past the batsman, because fine leg is up. It's time now for Andy Bickle's. A little bit expensive, as he was at the start of his spell in the first game on Wednesday. Shane Watson has to get it together this end, and of course Pakistan want to try to go both.
Another wide called. So what happened with Shane Watson? One you let get away, you Queenslanders?
Well, it was good for cricket, I think, and good for Watto, definitely, that he left. Tasmania spotted him at the academy in South Australia. He wasn't at the time in the Queensland state squad, and and so they made him an offer to come to Tasmania, and it's been unbelievably good for him. Now Imran Nazir has missed 3 there. The 2 wides, okay, got away with that. Then the third one, which he should have been ready for, should have had the balance together, he still missed it, and it didn't get called. It was probably should have been called wide. There's a man in it catching mid-wicket. The ball could be flipped either side of him or over him for plenty of runs, but Watson cannot control the in-swing.
This time he finds the gap on the offside. Shane Watson trying to make an adjustment, get away from the legs.
And Nazir got his front foot out to this one. On the move and worked it into the gap. That's good play. Both Bickle and Watson under pressure. 6 off this over so far. 1 ball remains.
Shot. He likes the pull shot. That's another good over for Pakistan. They move to none for 56 after 15.
It's fine. Aaron Lehman's the man. Won't get there. Boundary's also flowing for side Anwar now. Growing signs for Australia, Mark.
Good afternoon, Mark and viewers. Pakistan looked a bit nervous early. The ball got past the bat a number of times, but they got away with it. Now the ball's a bit softer, that shines off the ball. Looks a pretty good batting wicket. Not a lot of bounce, not a lot of pace. That'll suit the Pakistani batsman.
It's also going the gap. Intention that shot from Anwar. He does tend to open the face. Also been an intention on the batting side of things out there. They've definitely targeted Bickle and Watson. Pakistani openers, McGrath and Gillespie did well. 12 overs between them for only 29 runs there. Bickle is into his 3rd over. He's already gone for 23. Watson 1 over for 10. Foot is down on the accelerator for Pakistan.
Having opened the batting pretty recently in one-day cricket, always discussed with Adam Gilchrist that the first 5 or 6 overs were the hardest for a batsman. Once you get through those 5 or 6 overs, then it does get easier. Particularly when you've got your 2-class bowlers opening the bowling. Follow-up bowlers, as good as they are, will probably always be easier than the opening bowlers.
Fieldsman out there, gets there. Damien Martin's the man. Keep that for 2. Imran Nazir, it's a good player to me. Economy of foot movement, keeps his head fairly still. Times the ball exceptionally. I think there's no doubt the Australians have said that they're using this series as part of their build-up for the World Cup for next year. I'm sure this is one position they're looking very closely at. The battle between Brett Lee, Andrew Bickle and Jason Gillespie. I don't think any of them have cemented their spot in this one-day side at this stage. Look at those figures there of Bickle. Strike rate of 44, runs per over 4.6, so he goes for slightly less than Brett Lee. Has a lot less wickets from a very similar amount of games.
I disagree slightly there, Mark. I think Jason Gillespie is a standout bowler. I think he's than Glenn McGrath picked themselves. Look at Brett Lee's figures. Better strike rate, runs per over slightly higher. They're 2 different types of bowler. Brett Lee, more attacking bowler, will get you wickets. Andy Bickle can probably do that, but he's more attuned to tying at one end.
Surface shot, that'll go all the way. Just over the rope for 6. Once again, just short of a length from Watson. Imran Nazir quickly onto the back foot. Once again, that timing is superb.
great shot. Shortish, probably halfway down. Not a lot of bounce in the pitch, and that enabled Imran Nazir to have great control over the shot and great power. Missed out a couple on the leg side previous over, but not this time.
For 2 on this occasion, and was keen to come back, but his partner, Syed Anwar, who's not running to the danger end, didn't want it. Here's the 6 again. Just a short arm jab, really. Very risky player when he's on the front foot, Imran Nazir. If it's short, he tends to lock that back arm. Previous delivery. Imran Nazir was keen for 2. His partner, very happy so far, just stick with the 1. Straight up in the air. It should be caught. Brett Lee has dropped it. Well, it fell awkwardly in between about 3 or 4 fieldsmen, but Brett Lee got there, and I suppose at the end probably should have caught it. Come back and have a look at that after the break. 17 overs, none for 74, Pakistan.
A sensational shot.
Starts with a full toss. It's nicely played. Nazir didn't try to hit it too hard, just used the pace of the ball. Picks up yet another boundary.
Certainly do need a wicket, Australia. Pakistan upping the ante considerably. Real loosener from Shane first up there. Imran Nazir probably could have hit that anywhere he'd like to, but he found a gap, fine leg, and tucked it away nicely. Those fingers might be a little bit stiff and tight from Warnie. Taking him a couple of overs, a couple of balls at least to warm those up.
Straight to first slip. That's 53 runs in the last 6.2 overs. That's why Shane Warne's on. And also a drop catch.
Well, I say catches can win matches, certainly lose your matches if you don't take those chances when they come. Looked like it was going to fall safe. Brett Lee made good ground, got there, but put it down. You need to take those chances when they come.
That'll be 50. Imran Nazir. That was exceptionally well played. 50 from only 57 deliveries. 5 4s and a 6. After a slow start. 15 runs from only 33 balls at one stage. He is now right on top.
Excellent innings from Imran Nazir. Probably have a few more runs too if Saeed Anwar had run a little harder. But he's striking the ball very nicely. Looks comfortable. Wickets playing nice and steady for the batsman. Here's that chance. Saeed Anwar looking for the pull, spliced it pretty much in the gap. Brett Lee made good ground. Unfortunately, he put it down. Just come on the field that over before, and fortunately for Shane Watson, it went down.
That's a wide. Could well be 4 wides. He's beaten everyone. Yes. Wide signal by Russell Tiffin, so that will be 5 wides. It's into the gap. One bounce and over the rope, so Imran Nazir certainly has put his foot down. He had a 6 not that long ago. Now a pull shot first ball over. Now that's really just a slog. Over wide mid on, straight in the gap, and boundary number 6.
I'd say it was a slog, but I think kept his head pretty still. Yeah, he did. Shane Watson just angling into leg stump, hitting with the angle of the ball. Kept his head still. That was the important thing.
Looking for 2 there. Won't get it on this occasion. 7 from the over though. 93 without loss. That's beauty. Well, I thought, just watching it live, that Shane Warne was only making inquiry of Russell Tiffin. There's nothing from behind the stumps, nothing from Gilchrist or the man at first slip, Darren Lehman. Russell Tiffin liked it. Syed Anwar's on his way.
Well, not a lot of turn there. Pretty much out of the front of the hand, I think. Would have slid past off stump, no doubt about it. It's a good breakthrough though for Australia.
Well, Anwar departs, I think, very unluckily. I think he's out LBW. He's out for 26. Pakistan 1 for 94. Yusuf Bihana, new player, only at number 3 for Pakistan. A good average, a tick under 40. Strike rate of around about 70.
That's a great shot. That's gone way in the air, and it'll go all the way for 6. Magnificent hit down the ground, over the top of the side screen. 6 all the way.
He's only a small player, Imran Nazir, but he's a very powerful little player. Good timer of the ball. That one, he's cleared the front, the first row, and up onto the second level, just by the side of the sideboard where they've got the all the black covering there as an adjunct to the sideboard. That's very, very well hit.
Oh, that's out. That's out. They do persist with this little sweep shot. They play it a lot, and this time Imran Nazir, who really has flirted with it in all 3 matches, well, he's done it once too often.
Not really a percentage shot. The fieldsman is there. You can't see where you're going to get a lot of runs, and you're giving yourself a chance of getting out. Darren Lehman has picked up a wicket, caught by his fellow spinner Shane Warne. At the end of a very good innings from Imran Nazir. It's 2 for 108.
2 for 108, 22.4 overs. The best batsman in this lineup, Inzamam Al-Haq, is out there now.
Make sure that he doesn't throw his wicket away. Now that's a nasty one for Darren Lehman. Got an awkward bounce. The players are calling for somebody from the dressing room immediately. Errol Alcott is coming out. It looked like it might have hit him very close to the eye.
Let's just have a look at the reaction here of the Australian players. This was, as far as they were concerned, huge, Nick. Look at the face there of Gilchrist, and then Warne comes into play, and Ponting. He certainly did that time, tossed it up a bit more back for the second here, and a good throw there would have had Inzamam stretching a little bit. That's what they're going to do. No. Well, they've done it in the past, they'll do it again today. Keep throwing it at Inzamam's end.
Not the strongest arm from the outfield, Jason Gillespie.
Interesting to see there, Bill. Both wickets so far pointing to sweeps, and yet Pakistan batsmen continue to play them. And really, this is a good pitch. The ball's coming on. They look at their best when they're hitting down the ground. We saw Imran Nazir early on hit a 6 off Shane Warne back in the first tier of the grandstand at Stanley Street end. That seems to be the play. Hit down the ground, use the pace on the ball.
I think they're all laughing at it because it was Inzamam Al-Haq, the big man who fell over there and trying to sweep Warne. He really just swept down, he goes, and Inzi's all over the place. Shane Warne thought it was very funny. I'm not sure about Inzamam, but he survives. Throughout the over, 2 for 129. Squeeze given him. Inzamam not very far forward. He's in line. Big appeal from Warne. By Tiffin, had no hesitation whatsoever. Maybe the top spinner. Inzamam just coming a fraction forward. Was in line. That's out. No doubt about that one. That's Plum.
Yes, fine decision. Great piece of bowling. Caught Inzamam on the crease. I don't really know whether they come forward or back. Then Inzamam will caught on the crease and caught plumb by Shane Warne. Good wicket for Australia. Warne's got 2. Australia got 3 for 133.
Moose Khan, man of the match. Last clash, Colonial Stadium, 24 years of age. Reasonable strike. That's early days for him. He had 51 matches. High score of 73. That's got him. That's a big wicket and a good bowling change. Very good delivery. Good line, plenty of bounce, and Gilchrist takes the catch. It's a good comeback by the Australians. 4 for 136.
Superb piece of bowling and great captaincy. Thank you, Ponting. Martin was starting to go for a few runs. He brings back one of his strikers. First ball's quick and short. Second one, Yunus Khan on the crease. Simple outside edge straight through to Adam Gilchrist. Australia right back in the match. Pakistan 4 for 136.
Strike, and he immediately punches him through cover for one. I guess from the Pakistan point of view, we've got to go after Andy Bickle. His first spell, 3 overs, none for 26. The last man out was Yunus Khan, and Gillespie was the bowler, and it was a beautiful delivery. First the bounce, and this one hit the pitch, seam up, good carry, genuine nick through to Gillespie. That's good bowling.
They softened him up with the short one. First ball, I was a bit wide. That one was right in the channel, on or about off stump. Excellent piece of captaincy, good bowling change. Saw that Damien Martin was, although looking to get after Damien Martin, with Yunus Khan and Yusuf Yohana, brought back one of his strike bowlers. Second ball gets the wicket.
There's a warm feeling for the captain. Must be in good form. Good tour of South Africa along with McGrath. It's good genuine nick through to Gilchrist as well. Oh, it's a big noise again. Maybe the pad on this occasion. He's getting him after a long time. He waited a long time for that decision, umpire. Tiffin, the batsman's not happy. Throws the bat in and catches it. He thought it was a pad, I think. This will be an interesting replay.
Tiffin waited a long time, so did Rashid Latif after he was given out. Long pause between the noise. There certainly was a noise. I think it might be bat hitting pad. That replay suggests to me that might be bat hitting pad. Rashid Latif certainly didn't think he edged the ball. He stood his ground. Rashid Tiffin, well, he thinks immediately almost that he's given him, that he's out. Up goes the finger. Latif slowly got off the ground. Australia got 5 wickets now, 139 on the board.
As we move the new batsman, Pakistan have lost 3 for 6. Middle order collapse here at the Gabba.
Oh, he's gone. Andy Bickle held his mind. He didn't throw the ball. As Mahmood slipped over. Bickle, great presence of mind. As Mahmood gone, he won't have to face Shane Warne. He's run out for 6.
Good mix-up. Can't complain about decisions there. Slippery surface, the Gabba. We've seen batsmen slip over when they've played their sweep shots. If you do have a mix-up with the calling, there's no getting back. As Mahmood well out of his ground. As Mahmood run out for 6 off 12 balls. Pakistan 6 for 153 in the 38th over.
Shahid Afridi in for Pakistan. He's certainly down the wicket. How's that gone? It's gone straight over the first side screen into the second one. The rubbers have worked. Look at those shoes.
Tremendous shot. He's right. He's got plenty of grip there. Took my advice. Hit it one-handed as well.
That's the strike power he's got. He makes some hundreds and he makes them quickly. The pressure's off now. He knows he's only got 11 overs to bat for. And down the wicket, about 2 metres to hit that. Hard enough getting 2 metres down, let alone hit it for 6. Wider one by Warne.
Maybe he thinks it's his night. Adam Gilchrist, very rare miss. He thinks it could be his night to make a few. Here's his footwork and those rubbers. 1, 2, away she goes. Who needs spikes heels?
Nothing happening. There's another slip. He's in the rubbers. He hasn't had to slip this time because he's being run out. A huge mix-up. Ponting pounces.
Well, often said, Pakistani's out cricket. It's fielding and it's running between wickets. Can let them down. Certainly has let them down here tonight. A couple of major mix-ups. Probably one there. Yusuf Yohana said no when Afridi was halfway down the wicket. Didn't matter what shoes he had on. Could have had skates on, he wouldn't have made it. Shahid Afridi run out Ricky Ponting, 14 off 11 deliveries. Pakistan in big trouble, 7 for 168.
Well, that's a good shot. There's no one behind square. Glenn McGrath has been in front of square in the hope that Bickle could keep it on off stump, short of a length, but he strayed, and what a great shot.
Hit that beautifully through cover. 8 runs off the over. Good one for Pakistan. 44 gone, 7 for 191. As the next strikes out beautifully to deep cover, into the gap. I'm happy with 2.
Well, we've talked about bowling this evening, whether it might be difficult because of a bit of dew around. Now, Ponting made the throw there. He always expects to hit the stumps. You see him afterwards, he's just saying something to the bowler, one of the other fieldsmen. Not sure, he might be saying that there was a bit of dew on the ball.
In the air, should be out. And he is. That's well caught. It's a big wicket. The captain takes the catch. No ball being called at square leg. Well, what about that? Umpire Torkel calls no ball. Superbly caught by Ricky Ponting. That's a big hit. That's going a long, long way. That's superbly struck over mid-off. Now this is a big over for Pakistan. Just at the right time.
Well, there's not much backlift there with Wasim Akram. Terrific follow through though. That one has come right off the middle of the bat. Brett Lee knew immediately that there was only one place to go there, and that was back to the rope. When he got to the rope, he realised that there was no chance. That was headed up into the first few rows of the stand.
17 runs off the over so far. It's gone again, and this is further. This is over long one. Way back it goes. 23 off the over. Superb hitting by the former captain at the 49 at 7 for 242. And that's nicely played into the gap at backward point. That's running down the hill. Could well get there. There's going to be a dive. And he runs for it. Very intelligent thing, but it wasn't accurate.
Once again, giving himself a little bit of room and finding the gaps. That's what it's almost like Michael Bevan in the late overs. Just have that happy knack of finding the gaps. That was the slower delivery from Jason Gillespie.
It's nicely chipped. 2 more. It's a very good recovery. They were 7 for 168. What a strike, Pakistan. He calls it wide. Pushed it down the leg, so he went across the right for the offside. But it was certainly angled down that way. So this is a very good finish by Pakistan.
Gillespie was trying to do something a little different. He went a bit wider on the crease. He's changed his run up a little bit, came in on a greater angle, and also went wide on the crease. I think trying to do something to negate the fact that Yusuf Yohana was moving to offside. Unfortunately for the bowler, went down leg side.
So 1 ball remaining. This wasn't Akram on strike. Chipped it nicely away, and it could well go for 4. What a superb innings from Wasim Akram. He has played all the shot in the book. And after 50 overs, Wasim Akram goes to 50 of just 32 deliveries. Pakistan are 7 for 256.
There's a wonderful effort there from Pakistan. Waqar Younis will be more than happy after winning the toss and electing to bat. 7 for 256 in their 50 overs. Mark, a very good start by Pakistan. I'd say a shocker in the middle, but an excellent finish.
It's been a bit that way with the middle order. Hasn't been good for them all series, but they did the job at the top after winning the toss. I was surprised when they did win the toss and elect to bat first. I thought they would have bowled as they did in game 2. They batted first. Imran Nazir at the top there played superbly, and Syed Anwar was a good ally for him. I thought Anwar was unlucky. LBW to Shane Warne, 1 for 98 there at that stage. Johanna did well, although he was involved in a couple of run-outs, but things didn't really go well for Pakistan in that middle order. A couple of bad shots, a couple of run-outs and a couple of decisions went against them. Wasim Akram at the end there, 50 off 32 deliveries. He has given them it should be a winning score, but this is a very good pitch. Should be a great finish.
Beautiful delivery, first up again. That wasn't far off the delivery that got him out. Didn't quite swing as much.
Probably quite swing as much, and also not quite the same amount of bounce, and that's what we were talking about with this pitch. Still be that swing with this white ball and the lights here at the Gabba. May not be quite the same amount of bounce.
Just a little bit there, and Gilchrist not happy with, I think it's probably some movement behind Wasim Akram there. There's something that he's not entirely happy about, probably a bit of reflection coming off one of those boards down there, that'll be my guess. That's offline and nicely played by Gilchrist. He'll get to. That's the delivery that Wasim Akram is going to try and avoid bowling, anything straight. It was very difficult to swing it once it starts on around about that leg stump. Keeps going. Nicely played. So Gilchrist off the mark. It's just wide of mid-on, so Hayden is off the mark as well.
His first run as a father, Matthew Hayden. He's now in game 2 of the Super Challenge Series to be with his wife, Kelly. Gave birth to their first child, a baby girl, 7 pound 5 on Sunday. Grace Kelly, baby's name. So congratulations to the Haydens. Great news.
Ponting will come in at 3, Martin, Lehman, Bevan, all really good players. Oh, that's close, very close. A little inside edge and past the stumps, down to the boundary for 4. That's unlucky. Unlucky for the bowler.
There's no luck at all for Waka Yunus. He kept the ball up. Ball swinging into the left-handed Gilchrist. Didn't go forward. Received, just missing leg stump.
That's the interesting thing about Waqar. He's always up there. He always gives himself a chance to bowl the batsman out or trap him RBW. Very cool and fast. Oh, he loves that shot. It's gone all the way, has it? Just short, I think. Yeah, bouncing away over the boundary for 4. Matty Hayden loves to play the pull shot, and he got stuck right into that one and has taken it away to the boundary. No wicket for 11. Oh, that's close. That's got to be close. Oh yes, he's gone. Well, he struck. One just got the feeling that went the other way a little bit, didn't it? He was playing down the line of, just outside off stump. And it seemed to me to just nip back inside. Now, I don't think he got any bat on that. He's shaking his head a little bit. Let's see if we can pick anything up here. Yeah, well, he just pulled his leg back a little bit, didn't he? And took his wide time, and then up goes the finger. Yeah, I think that looked very adjacent, of course, unless he got some bat on it. And, didn't seem like it. So the end of Matthew Hayden, and a big wicket for Pakistan, 1 for 17. Ricky Ponting, the new batsman, the Australian captain in these one-day internationals. Lots of matches under his belt. Good strike rate, good average. The combination there is fantastic. 41, average over 40, you're doing really well, and then to strike at over 70, that makes it even better. However, that man will see to it that he earns his runs tonight. Very, very nearly taken. Beautifully fielded, one-handed at the end of the day. It almost carried.
It's a leading edge here. Gilchrist just trying to work the ball on the leg side, just to come off a little bit slower. It might have been a slower ball. Okay, Eunice, but almost back to the bowler. He did well. Once again, Eunice and Akram working well in tandem. The bowling for Pakistan for many years together. Doing very well in the Super Challenge series. Walker, who's been keeping it tight. Wazim Akram has been picking up the wickets. Did it again today. Matthew Hayden was the man to fall. Kept a little bit low. Mine. I think that's a pretty fair decision. He is forward, fair way forward. Ball seemed to just hold its line, and if anything, kept down fractionally, so it wasn't going over the top. I suppose the thing that may have worried Matthew Hayden, and the reason he looked a little bit disappointed, was that he was a fair way down the pitch. The line and the height to me looked pretty good.
It looked all right to me, as long as he didn't nick it. There's the call there very quickly. This is the OBW again. Just watch this. Definitely close to the ball, and a plead there from Wazim Akram, and up goes the finger eventually. Yes, he kept going until he saw movement.
Just saw Simon Taufel's hand come out of his pocket. That's when he started the pumps with the arms.
Ponting goes well through mid-wicket. They'll be looking for 3. No support. Hasn't been a lot of swing. It's been a very good batting pitch. Here coming hard at the ball, working it nicely into the gap.
There's been a bit of slippage on the pitch surface. It's best to be running off onto the greener grass in more lush areas. Waqar Younis just getting on off stump, and Ricky Ponting working him through mid-wicket. Need to starve him of those sorts of shots and then try for the LBW chance.
It's a little bit like Glenn McGrath. He's stump to stump. He's looking to bowl you out all the time. Very full in length. There's a lot of LBW involved decisions. This one just angling in a fraction, but nice and straight. Ponting looking good in defence.
That's a great line, Bill. One stump width, outside off stump, just short of a length. So push Ponting back onto the back foot. You can't work it easily through that mid-wicket gap that's been left for him. There's 2 slips. There's 3 on the leg side.
Angle is gone. It's 1 for 30. Oh, cracking shot. It was a bad delivery, but that's superbly timed. Up the back foot through cover. What a magnificent strike of the ball is.
Well, this is pressure. He knows the bowler's trying something. Is this one going to be the double bluff? And it was, I thought. He was trying to dig it in and get him playing the hook shot when he left the gap there for him. But he was good enough under that sort of pressure to play a cut shot out of the middle of the bat. That makes the bowling side's captain unhappy because he was up to what the bowler had to dish up.
It's beautifully played. That could well before. Nicely timed. Nicely placed. It's a bottom edge slip, well taken. Quicker again, 152.
Quickest of the series. And you can see this time Ricky Ponting wanting to come forward, but his foot not moving. The whole balance is coming forward, the head leaning over, but his front foot won't go, and so he has to try and stay and hit it from where he is. Hence the missed timing, even though it was quite low. There's some variable bounce here, but so far it's been great.
A wicket maiden, superb fast bowling, and a big breakthrough.
Talked about in swing. Don't worry about the old ball. I can do it with the new one too. Not only with good pace, 151 Ks, it swings in and it's right on the mark of middle and off. Ricky Ponting looking to play his favourite shot without the footwork we've been talking about. Tough job. Shoaib Akhtar, magnificent for his captain. Ponting gone for 14, 2 for 44. Sensational shot.
Damien Martin at non-striker's end, buzz around the gather. Gilchrist on 20, he's facing Mikey Yunus. Very good record there for Damien Martin, and yet to play well tonight. Well, when you're captain, you make a change. Wanting the first change bowler to do something. Shoaib Akhtar was magnificent. It was a quick over, 151 Ks, and he's gone right through Ricky Ponting.
It's right on the mark. That's almost like McGrath. First over, into the attack. Big off cutter, in swinger. Ricky Ponting looking to play his favourite shot through mid-wicket, mid-on. The head goes. He knows he's missed it, and he's heard the stumps. Great first over.
There's pressure on Madden Gilchrist now. That's the question. His overthrows, at least one, looked to me as if Gilchrist was safely home. They're applying the screws. Pakistan, worth a shy, hit the timber.
Good pressure by Pakistan, as Bill Laurie said. Wasn't on his heels, he was anticipating the quick single. Performed the skill exactly the way he wanted it, and leave the rest up to the third umpire. All players are happy to stay where they are. They're not confident at all, the Pakistan team.
Maybe they should be, because he's gone. Wow, that is a surprise, isn't it? That is a big wicket. That could well be the end for Australia. Gilchrist gone, run out, and a magnificent piece of fielding. They're on fire, Pakistan. A great over, and then a big run out.
Well, we have to laugh, don't we? It's a magnificent piece of fielding, even better piece of fielding if it's out, but it's the same piece. Gilchrist caught on the crease to play the shot. Fielder on the front foot. Great throw. Just backing up the good work that has been started by his bowlers. Great support. The players, this is one for technology, isn't it? The players thought, home, 3 for 44.
Darren Lehman comes to the crease. Australia in a lot of trouble with 3 for 44. Yusuf Yohana brings off a big run out. Nicely played, beautifully played. Through mid-wicket. Pick up 3. "12 overs, 3 for 50.
On his bowled leg stump. Darren Lehman does have a habit, particularly early in his innings, of getting a long way across. I think Shoaib Akhtar's noted that. The first one was aimed at leg stump.
The first ball, whenever you come in as a batsman, you've got to be sharp. Those first balls are always the most dangerous for a batsman, and unfortunately Darren Lehman hasn't got past the first one. Just walked across his stumps, and Shoaib Akhtar right on target again. Tremendous bowling. Michael Bevan, it's a pretty good player to be coming in, averaging 56 one-day cricket.
It's nicely into the gap. Bevan off the mark with a boundary. It's 4 for 57 after 14. Oh, that was quick and it really took off. Straight up over the keeper's head. No chance. Well played by Damien Martin. He kept his eye on it, got his head out of the way very quickly.
Not sure what the change of ball was. Maybe it's a white Super Ball. Unbelievable delivery. On a wicket where there's not a lot of bounce or pace, Shoaib Akhtar has got one to fly. Straight over Damien Martin's right shoulder. Straight over Rashid Latif's head and gloves. Pretty reminiscent of Tomo in his heyday. Ian, I would have thought that delivery.
Yes, ask Rodney Marsh. He had a few fly over his head like that. And that's gone over the top of the slips, off the edge. Looked to be intentional.
Shoaib Akhtar thought he would repeat the previous delivery. That one, not quite the same pace or bounce. Good shot, Damien Martin. Just waited on it. Pretty good shot at the whack of that one, and Damien Martin, quite accustomed to playing that sort of shot. And played it easy, waited for it, opened the face of the bat, let the pace of the ball do the rest.
Captain Waqar Younis is off the field at the moment. Mohamed Sami is the substitute fielder. Chance at third man, and he's caught. Syed Anwar down at third man. A full-blooded cut from Damien Martin, but he has a tendency not to get over the top of them, and it's carried all the way to third man.
Pretty similar to the two previous balls. That one short, a little bit wider this one. Damien Martin threw the kitchen sink at it, looking for power rather than direction. Unfortunately for Damien Martin, it went straight to Syed Anwar, and he's just hung on to it. Didn't know much about it. It stayed in there, unfortunately, for Australia. Damien Martin out for 11. Australia in big trouble, 5 for 65 in the 15th over.
Shane Watson is the new batsman for Australia. Beautiful time. So two scoring shots for Michael Bevan, both of them boundaries. The other worrying thing for Australia about Shoaib Akhtar, as we see Azam Mahmood doing exactly what Mark Waugh was talking about earlier on, trying to bowl too quick and he's pulled it down short. Oh, that's four. It's a very, very good delivery. Batsman didn't have much control over that one. It was a magnificent delivery.
It's unbelievable pace and bounce. Anybody can bowl quicker than that. I'd like to see him, but that's just taken off. That is, if Rashid Latif stood on first slip shoulders, he might have been a chance of getting a glove on that. Unbelievable delivery. If he gets that straight.
That's a good shot. Chase for Afridi. That was almost 154 miles an hour. It's 5 for 80 after 17.
Bevan outside edge. Rashid Latif takes that one. No footwork again. Shoaib Akhtar lands it exactly where it needed to be to pinch the outside edge.
Great bowling by Shoaib Akhtar, and his colleagues recognise it as well. Just outside off stump, slightly further up, and well, he's got the danger man out. Bevan out, caught behind for 10 off the bowling of Shoaib Akhtar. This is how it happened. Look at him. No, look at his left foot. He's way towards the leg side there, and well, he knows it's an important wicket, that one. It's the end of Bevan and almost the end of Australia.
Shane Warne comes into the fire. He thought he was tiring and the pace was dropping. Think again. Oh, inside edge this time. The catch-up cramped. Inside edge. 4.
There's plenty of frustration out there for everybody. Watson's getting frustrated because he can't get a Freedy away. Freedy finds the inside edge close to the stumps it was. Just watch this. You see he's standing way outside off stump. He just changed his guard and there's the inside edge.
The further he goes across there, he's going to cramp the cut shot and take it out of his repertoire. He wants to play the cut. He possibly needs to get that back foot moving less. On the front foot this time, big shout. He looks outside the line. Tiffin agrees. 20 overs of excitement done. 6 for 88.
It's an edge down to third man. Look for two in as the fieldsman's not that quick. It's a well run. Well, they've served it up this way, haven't they? In the second game at the Colonial Stadium, they served it up and they've done it again tonight. They've been very positive. The 100 comes up from a 6.
The bowling's always been aggressive. You look at their attack, they've got Shoaib Akhtar, Wazim Akram, Waqar Younis, and even Azam Mahmood. He's an attacking bowler. So they've got the firepower in their attack, and if they have an on night, they can certainly knock sides over. And tonight, Australia have really struggled against that pace attack. And with the bat, they played aggressive, and even in the field, you just see that energy levels nice and high.
Well played. Attempted Yorker and the launch chipped away nicely. Pick up 2 more. 4 off the over, 25 gone, 6 for 103. Well, for 2, that's wide. Deep point.
Knew when he hit that there was 2. There's a man out at point.
Through, that's 4. Line finds the gap, good shot. It's a backward point. Short third man, split the gap.
Australia to make a charge in this game, it's got to be now. Shahid Afridi, they've both had a good look at him, Shane Warne and Shane Watson. If they're going to have any chance of winning this game, got to make a bit of a run at it. I think now's the time. I think Shane Warne, very, very impulsive sort of batsman. Once he gets on a bit of a roll, he likes to play his shots, and I wouldn't be surprised if this over keeps playing his shots.
Oh, he's dropped him. He's dropped him. That was straightforward. At this level, Younis Khan should be catching those. Mind you, I tell you that Watson really has been trying to get a pull shot away. At last he's got a bit of bat on ball here.
You should expect those caught, but you're quite right, Tony. This was well struck. Much better shot from Shane Watson, who I think has been trying to play too square the wicket. Trying to play a lot of cut shots, a lot of dabs down to third man. He's a very strong man, plays at his best when he's hitting through the balls. He did on that occasion. I hope that from an Australian point of view that Shane Watson doesn't get put off by that drop chance. That's the way he's got to play.
Oh, he hit that one, but it deflected off the keeper's gloves. Probably a big deflection. Yes, on that, I suppose the question really is, will he ever be as good as Simons with the bat? The answer to that is probably no, or as dangerous, should I say, as Simons, although Simons hasn't really taken his opportunities. And can he be as effective in one-day cricket as Harvey with the ball? Well, the answer there is probably yeah, possibly. Oh, he's jacked that back onto the stump, so that's the end of that. Well, he's got a wicket at last. He's bowled, well, he's into his 9th over now. That's his first wicket, 1 for 30 to Afridi. And unfortunately, you would have to say now that Australia heading for trouble. Worn out bowl.
One of Shahid Afridi's looser deliveries. It was wider, probably a little bit slower to be fair to him, and the change of pace deceived Shane Warne. He dragged it back on the stump, so one leg spinner picks up another. Shane Warne departs for 31, 7 for 140 Australia.
Andrew Bickle is the new batsman. As Mark Taylor has said, he's got some runs in county cricket just lately. Can he do it at this level? 1 ball to go in this over. Shahid Afridi completing his 9th, and that one beats the outside edge of the bat. So 2 runs and a wicket off that over, and the man that he got out, Shane Warne, dragged one back onto the stumps for 31 or 54 balls. Just helped settle the innings a little bit. Nice partnership there between Watson and Warne. That's in the air, and this will be caught. Shoaib's got him. Yes, caught down there. Now Freddie is enjoying this. It's taken him a long time to get a wicket tonight, but here he is now in his last over, and he's picked up his 2nd.
He's getting all his rewards at the end. The rewards that he's due. He's bowled particularly well. He's into his 10th over. He has 30 runs against him, and now he has 2 wickets. The second one of Bickle, and once again it's the sweep shot. And this good bouncy pitch here, Gabba. That's not been the shot that's brought about a lot of runs today. It's brought about a number of dismissals, including Andy Bickles, who departs without scoring. Australia now slumped to 8 for 142.
Well, 8 down now for 142, and Jason Gillespie is the new man in. It's a bit of a price on his wicket. He doesn't like to get out, tends to... well, he's pretty useful. His defence is pretty useful, should I say. It becomes a little bit more interesting when he's trying to play some shots. Interesting to see how he goes about things this evening. Oh, that's beautifully bowled. Oh, yes, he's got him. 5 for Shoaib, right up there in the block hole. A magnificent delivery. Shoaib Akhtar back into the attack. And first ball, he's got it right up there and dead straight. Boy, if you're a tail ender, you don't want one of those.
Trying to get the left leg down the pitch, Jason Gillespie, that's a beauty. 142 kilometres an hour, straight, dipping in. I don't care if you're about number 10, that's hard to hit. That's superb bowling. Shoaib Akhtar's picked up 5 wickets. Gillespie gone first ball. Australia now 9 for 142. Glenn McGrath is the new batsman for Australia, and he comes in to face Shoaib Akhtar, who is on fire. Quick, straight, and getting some reverse swing, so a pleasant time for a tail ender to come into the crease.
That's a good hit. He opens up his shoulders for the first time and cracks it straight. Beautifully played.
I've seen batsmen like Shane Watson play this sort of shot. Watson, he's a big man, a solid man. Looks to me to be at his best when he's hitting through the ball, just like this. Using his power, head nice and still, well balanced. Keeps playing like that, I think he's going to be a better player.
Big hit, score more. Finally finds a gap. This is great for Shane Watson and the Australians. The young guy hitting through the line. Didn't quite get it in the middle, but it went to the ropes.
Australia got to 150. Hearing a few cheers from the crowd as well, which is good. Great for Shane Watson's confidence as well. Moving to 36 now. 3 boundaries. We're just having a quick word to Glenn McGrath saying, get on your bike. You're going to get a single this ball. 37.5 bowled. Australia needs Watson to stay on strike.
Swing. It's well run. Keeper misses by call. 38 gone, 9 for 154. In the air, could be 6 or could be out. He's under it. He's under it. He's dropped it. Dear, oh dear, 4 runs. Alec, 12th man, he's put it down. His second catch he's dropped. Go over for 6. Went for it. Should have been possibly 6 wickets. Should have caught that man. Dropped it. 4 runs.
Never easy when you're going back. And this ball went a long way in the air. Top edge, a lot of battle though from Shane Watson. Carried a long way. Running back with the ball. And the end of the fingers. Another boundary for the Australians.
We've seen some big hitting here today. Oh, and well run. given in. That's it. It's all over. They've fallen out for 165. Watson not out 44. A big win for Pakistan and well deserved.
Yes, they fought back well, Pakistan, after taking a hammering in the first of our Super Challenge matches in Melbourne. A win in the second game in Melbourne, and now a very convincing win here at the Gabba. In fact, the biggest that Pakistan have ever had over Australia. So it's been a good, convincing finish to the series for Pakistan after making an ordinary start.
Well, what a wonderful effort from Pakistan here at the Gabba. The three-match series goes their way 2-1. A slow start to the series, getting beaten by Australia in Game 1, but Game 2 and 3 went Pakistan's way, and deservedly so. An excellent effort from the whole team. Well, let's have a look how it panned out today in the decider. Waqar Younis won the toss. He elected to bat, and they got off to a pretty good start. Imran Nazar, Syed Anwar, albeit a touch slowly, they really felt their way initially to try and set up a big Pakistan innings, and that they did. Yusuf Yohana not out on 61 at the end of the innings. A couple of run-outs in the middle with Mahmood and Afridi, which probably set them back a touch, but a player with the experience of Wasim Akram coming in late in that innings, and it just goes to show what a great player he is and how valuable a hard-hitting, big-hitting all-rounder is at the end of an innings. At the end of it all, he was 49 from 32 deliveries. 7 for 256 Pakistan. 2 massive sixes from Wasim Akram off Glenn McGrath's last over. You don't often see that. It just showed the quality of the batting he showed towards the end of that Pakistan knock. The Australian bowlers, well, they took a little hammering. Glenn McGrath, none for 48 from his 10. Started well, but Wasim Akram got hold of him towards the end. Jason Gillespie was pretty good all day. Andy Bicker 1 for 47 from his 8. Shane Watson, very expensive. Came back with a bat a little later on, but was expensive with the ball. 2 for 42 for Shane Warne. Darren Lehman, 2.3 overs, got a nasty knock just above his, or just below, I should say, his left eye, and went off to hospital for x-rays, but all is okay. Darren Martin finished off the majority of his overs, failed to get a wicket, and wasn't too expensive. Not a bad effort coming in as a replacement for Damien Martin. Well, the Australian batting card, 257 they would have required for victory. They couldn't get there. 165 in their 40 overs, and the innings really didn't get on a roll at any stage. Adam Gilchrist with 20, tragically run out. I must admit the pitches initially, and our initial feeling was that Adam Gilchrist was home safe and sound. Unfortunately, he wasn't. Matthew Hayden, the new father, 5 from 16 deliveries. Ricky Ponting, Damien Martin, Darren Lehman, Michael Bevan, and then Gillespie and McGrath were all victims of Shoaib Akhtar. Just a magnificent spell of pace bowling. You won't see any better anywhere in the world, and of course his figures show exactly that. 5 for 25 from his 8 overs. An excellent effort from Shoaib Akhtar. Wasim Akram, again, not only did he have a good day with the bat, he also had an excellent day with the ball. 1 for 27 from his 3 overs. And Waqar Younis, he'll be a very happy skipper, I can assure you, because they've taken this series 2-1. He's chipped in with a wicket. There was some excellent fielding from the Pakistan side, some excellent bowling, and really an all-round effort that will give Pakistan an enormous amount of confidence.